Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how the depth of field trigger works on the Nikon FM3A. So as you can see, there's a lever here. Okay. After you press the lever, it will actuate the aperture blades. So let's say for example, I'm going to set this to f22, and when I actuate the lever, you can see the blades close down. But of course, if you set it wide open, nothing will happen when I press the lever because it's supposed to open wide at its widest. But something cool I can show you is when I actually press this down and I turn the aperture blades, you can see that it reacts in real time to show me the blades. So f22, f1.8. So yeah, there you go. I'm going to show you how the viewfinder looks like when you actually actuate the blades. So f22. When I activate it, so it goes dark because less light can go in. Alright, so if I put it at for instance f8, oh okay, f8, okay. So when I activate, it goes dark, but also the image gets sharper. So yeah, I'm gonna show it to you with the subject. Alright, so now I'm gonna demonstrate it to you with the subject. So here you go. So as you can see, the aperture now is 1.8. You can see the subject, and so you can see the beautiful bokeh, the beautiful blur background, 1.8. So of course, if you press this down, I think it's gonna happen because I'm gonna demonstrate this to you. So press it down, nothing happens. Alright, so now we're gonna set this to, for example, 5.6. Alright, so put this in, I'll show it to you. So now it's 1.8 because I haven't activated the preview button yet. So once you press the shutter, the aperture will stop down and it will fire the shutter. So it will expose the film according to 5.6. When you focus, it's going to be at 1.8 mode. Okay, so you can have brightness, and so you can focus it nicely. So I'm going to show you the depth of field preview. Yeah. So once let me do this again. See, you can see the background. You notice the background. Okay, I'm going to focus it on the subject. Okay, see, see the background is now very blurred. So when I press down the depth of field preview, you see the background becomes sharp. See, it becomes sharper than before 1.8. See, very interesting. So let's say I stop it down further. Let's say I put it at 11. Okay. So once again, oh, maybe it's too dark to see clearly. So let's put it at f8. So now it's at f8. Right? You can see it's even sharper than 5.6. Yeah, there you go. So this is how you use the depth of field preview on the Nikon FM3A. If you find this video helpful, please like, subscribe and share, and thank you for joining. Bye. See you guys next time. Bye guys. Alright, so when you look through the viewfinder, you can see there's a needle on the left side. Let me move the camera a bit so you can see this more clearly. So you can see the needle on the left side. So needle indicates the correct exposure in this scene, and the correct, how to say, okay, you see the needle it dropped down just now, right? So you need to reactivate it back. So what you do is that you half press this shutter, then you will reactivate it back. I can show you. So I'm going to press it right now. See, it jumps right out. So the light meter is turned on by this mechanism as well as by this mechanism. You need to unlock it, then you need to do the half shutter. Alright, because if it's locked, you cannot fire. So you need to unlock it, then half shutter to activate the needle. Alright. So on A mode, your camera will actually automatically adjust the shutter speed to give you the correct exposure. Right? But of course, on manual mode, you can look through the viewfinder. You can see the shutter speed. The correct, how to say, the needle will indicate the correct shutter speed to expose the film in the normal way, in the normal exposure value. So to get the correct exposure in this scene, you need to match the needle with your manual aperture needle. So when both needles are matched, then you are exposing the scene according to what the meter is reading now to get a normal exposure. But of course, you can still make decision to actually shoot lower or higher than the recommended exposure value for this scene. So yeah, that's how you can make a conscious decision on what exposure to shoot with for this scene. So the special thing about this camera is that when you set this to A, the camera will actually fire and choose the shutter speed for you to expose this scene at a normal value. But on the left side here, you can see an exposure compensation lever, or a setting ability here. So where you can choose to compensate your exposure, either overexposed by 1 or 2 stops or underexposed by 1 or 2 stops. So if your film, okay, I'm going to show you the maximum ISO that you can shoot with for this film. So if you choose at 6004, use the highest ISO film, the plus 1 and 2 will not work. Although you can still set it to 1 and 2, but in your camera it will not actually compensate the exposure for you for plus 1 and 2.